Welcome back to WMBF Local Living. I'm Candace Howell. Our next guest is here to talk about how to choose the perfect limousine company for your special occasion. I'm joined now by Joe Reinhardt, and he is the owner of Carolina Limousine. And you know, picking a limousine company, Joe, tough choice. You got to make sure that they've got great product, good prices, and then your driver can make or break that event for you.
We agree completely. You know, we've built our business based completely on service. At one point, I was a chauffeur myself. So the way I've built my business, I've actually recruited all the #1 chauffeurs in the area and brought them into our business, because after they speak to me on the phone, the last person who's going to leave that impression is going to be the chauffeur.
Definitely. And so tell us a little bit about your fleet and your company in general.
We started our business in 2008. We've never seen a good economy. We are the largest limo company in Myrtle Beach. That's not to say that we're large. We still answer our own phones. We only have 6 cars. We can offer pink limousines, which will $10 of every hour will go towards breast cancer victims. We have the regular stretch limousines. The newest item is the 22-passenger party buses. They're just the way, I mean, it's once you get in one of the party bus, you'll never go back to a limousine.
That sounds like a good time, I would imagine. And so, you know, I've rented limousines before, rented one for my wedding and of course the other events surrounding it. Great experience, but it's hard to know what vehicle to choose for your occasion. How do you guys help with that?
Yeah, I mean, the first thing is to discover, get a little bit of information. We need to know how many people we're trying to transport, where we're transporting to and from, you know, what type of party it might be. One of the benefits of the bus is that you no longer have to crawl into a limousine and move 20 feet towards a chauffeur. You can literally walk into the limousine. So that's one of the ways that we can kind of identify which vehicle is going to be perfect for your party as well, too.
And that's really nice. If you're going to a special occasion, you don't want to have to crawl into a limousine if you're wearing a beautiful gown or,
Absolutely.
you know, you've got some pretty heels that you don't want to have to, you know, kind of trample and crunch up to get into a limo. And so they're always so much fun inside, and we're actually showing some pictures inside right now of one of your limos. Tell us a little bit about the interior.
Yeah, this is the party bus. It's, you know, the sound system makes you feel like it's a IMAX theater. You know, on board. You can stand up in it. It's got a 6.5-foot clearance. It's a legitimate 22-passenger. You know, you can use it for weddings. A lot of times the brides are liking it because they don't have to walk outside the limo. They can literally just step down into a red carpet as well.
And here's the pink limo, and this is the one you were mentioning. Is going to help promote breast cancer awareness and help with that. So tell us a little bit about that limo.
Yeah, we in 2008, we decided to paint this limo. This was my first limo. I actually drove it myself when we first started our business. We decided to paint it pink because we had a good friend that had breast cancer at the age of 42. And we found a local group called Caring in Our Lifetime, and we've donated over $3,000 in the last 2 years towards that group. It's not designed towards research. It's designed towards miscellaneous expenses that breast cancer victims may have that insurance doesn't cover.
Well, that's tremendous. So if you have an occasion that's coming up, why should they give you guys a call?
We've been named Best of the Beach for the last 3 years in a row. We were just selected by the National Limousine Association. We were one of 5 companies to go to Vegas and represent the industry. Everything we do is about service. We have the largest variety. And then, of course, the chauffeurs. Our average chauffeur has about 6 to 8 years of experience. I have chauffeurs that, you know, they've been doing it so long, they've actually given away brides before. So.
Wow, really?
So, yeah.
That's amazing. I love that. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about what you get when you rent a limousine. Now, I know that there are different packages and things that you can put together. What's the general package like with a limousine? Weddings
are going to be red carpet service. They're going to be uniformed chauffeurs, a bottle of complimentary champagne, beck and call service. If it's a night on the town, you're going to have a limo that's dedicated to your party. We'll have, you know, fully stocked bar areas. We can't provide alcohol, but you're welcome to bring your own. And then the nice part about it is when you're with us, the nightlife is free. Our chauffeurs will literally walk you to the door and hand you off to the door person and saving about $10 a person.
So VIP service there.
Exactly.
Love that. Okay, so let's go back to now, why do you rent a limo? What are some of the occasions that, obviously we know weddings is the big one. What are people calling you for when they have an event?
You know, we have proms. This time of year, it's the prom season. It could be just a night on the town amongst, you know, friends. You know, everyone is trying to protect themselves from possible DWIs. It's a great way to gather a group of people. So we have proms, we have weddings, night on the towns, anniversaries. You know, really any occasion could be right for a limo. We're also delving into non-medical transportation as well too. We're starting to find that you know, ambulances are expensive. My guys are not EMTs, but when somebody needs, for example, to be transported to Charleston for maybe an in-office procedure, we can provide that transportation down to Charleston and of course stay with them the whole time.
That's a great service. And let's also go back through your fleet. So obviously we talked about the fabulous pink limo.
Yep.
And we talked about the party bus. What are the other style limousines you have?
We have the traditional white limousine, and then we also have the SUV limos. We have a black stretch Ford Excursion that'll hold 12 to 14 people. And then we also have the stretch Escalade that'll hold 15 people. And then, of course, we have the party bus as well, too.
What's the popular one right now? What are people wanting to rent?
Everybody wants the party bus. We're the only one in the area that can accommodate more than 15 people. I mentioned to you we were selected to go to Las Vegas to represent the industry. On the showroom floor, there was 50 vehicles. Out of all the vehicles, there was maybe 2 stretch SUVs. Everything was party buses. The real statement is until you've been in one, you don't know, but once you've been in, you'll never go back to a stretch limousine if you have a decent sized party.
Well, it sounds like if you need transportation for an occasion, you definitely need to call Carolina Limousine. So how do our viewers at home get in touch with you guys?
Absolutely. You can view us on our website. It's carolinalimo.com as well as carolinalimo.net, or you can call us 843-294-5466. I'm an owner-operator. You'll talk to me directly, and I can help you plan any occasion you might have.
Well, perfect. And if you have questions, definitely give them a call. And remember, they have the best drivers in the area. These guys are true chauffeurs, best service in the area, and they have won Best of the Beach several times. So again, it's Carolina Limousine. If you have a special occasion coming up, make sure you give them a call. Well, coming up, we're going inside CCU to talk about a big opportunity for some CCU students that have an audition opportunity in the Big Apple. And if you have a question for one of our guests, make sure you send us an email so we can get you the answer. The address is localliving@WMBFnews.com. We'll be right back, but first, meteorologist Marla Branson's going to break down that storm team forecast.
Good afternoon, I'm Storm Team Meteorologist Marla Branson, and today much warmer than yesterday. A breezy south wind bringing in that warm 73 the high for the beaches today, 78 for Florence and 77 in Lumberton. We're going to get even warmer tomorrow, waking up to 60 at the beaches, 78 for tomorrow's high with a few more clouds, and then a dry cold front moves through, knocking us back down to the low 70s with plenty of sunshine and some rain chances on the way for both the PD and the Grand Strand. There are going to be isolated showers over the weekend, maybe even some thunderstorms for you, but by far Thursday, the warmest day of the week, 84 tomorrow after reaching a high of 78 today for our inland locations. That's a check on your weather. Local Living returns right after the break.